What's next on the docket?
Next on the docket is hot takes. Hot
Hot
takes.
takes.
Hot takes, where we, we produce some controversial opinions or some ideas that might ruffle some feathers, right? Get people a little hot under the collar. Do you mind if I go first?
Please do.
Okay. Psychopaths, murderers, serial killers. What do they have in common? Well, I'm sorry. They have a lot in common with people who are already decorating for Christmas. Okay. What kind of
Wow, dude.
so? And this is a hot take, baby. This is a hot
It's
take.
very hot.
It's very hot. If you are listening to Christmas music, if you've already dialed up Mariah Carey, right? If your house has already transitioned into a winter wonderland of sorts, then you are a psycho, crazy person. Have a little respect, right, for
Dude.
all of the holidays. Okay, you got to give everything its due, right? Everything has a time, and everybody knows, every sane person knows, and I might be pushing this a little bit too far, right? But every sane person in my mind knows that you do not start decorating for Christmas until after Thanksgiving, right? Black Friday, that weekend, right? That weekend after Thanksgiving. Bam, you go nuts, you go out, you get your tree, you do your whole thing. If you start like you just keep extending Christmas time earlier and earlier and earlier, and it
Blurs
in
the
my mind
lines.
it blurs the lines, and it deludes it. Like, it's supposed to be the happiest, most cheerful time of the year, and it's supposed to be condensed into this amount of time, right? Where you got to get all your happiness and cheer and all your Christmas stuff in this amount of time. Whereas if you spread it out over 2 months, it's bullshit. Like, that's way too much time, right? You get cheered out, right? It's like, all right, enough. Like, I'm tired. I don't want to see the car commercials with the bow on the car in the first week of November. Like, give me a break. I'm not thinking about Christmas presents then, right? I'm not thinking about Christmas time. But that's my hot take.
I get it. Comparing them to like sociopaths, narcissists, psychopaths, and that's a little. I think that's maybe tongue in cheek. I hope maybe
Serial killers.
serial killers. But Al, I get what you're saying because I have Jules and Dom. I got young kids. We all got young kids. And Halloween, that he wanted to Jules wanted to decorate for freaking Halloween, October 1st. And
Yeah.
by the time Halloween came, it was like the decorations had just become part of our house, and it wasn't even special. I'm 100% with you. It is too early. The weekend after Thanksgiving, let it rip. But yeah, anytime before that, I'm totally against too. Good hot take.
Might have gone a little overboard with the comparisons, but I think we get the point. I just wanted to make sure I drove it home.
Yeah,
My
you're really good
disdain.
at really
Being
really
dramatic.
driving things home. Well, yeah. So my hot take is action always beats analysis.
Mm.
Um, and an analyzer would probably be like, well, actually, and like tell me the statistics, but um, there are an endless amount of there's an endless amount of possibilities, outcomes, things that could happen that you could never prepare for. And I believe that 9 times out of 10, even people that analyze things to a T, they analyze, and then end up making a snap decision anyway.
Yeah.
So action, don't be stupid, don't make bad decisions, but informed action, quick, taking action beats analyzing. Like getting ready. I don't know if you follow the Modern Wisdom guy, but he put out a video that
Um,
really, he's awesome. I think his name's like Chris Williams, maybe something like that. His handle's Modern Wisdom. Check him out. Anyway, he put out a video and it was like talking about the thing isn't doing the thing. Telling your friends about how you're going to do the thing isn't doing the thing. Analyzing, reading, studying, learning about the thing isn't doing the thing. The only thing that's doing the thing is actually doing it.
yeah.
And within actually doing it, whatever it is, you're going to learn 10 times more than you would spending months and months and months analyzing. There's perpetual students, and I think sometimes they could use a little kick in the butt. Now,
Yeah.
as far as how it goes with the mortgage stuff, people waiting on rate, analyzing rate, holding out for rate, waiting on the market, thinking about X, Y, and Z, foreclosures. This is the right time. I mean, there are very few points in history where people buyed and they lost their behinds on value and stuff. Um, if you have a means to buy and you have a want to buy, just do it.
Yeah.
Just do it, and you can refinance down the road. An agent that I follow, bring it back to following people. An agent that I follow um, put up a post about how, like, when she bought her first house, it was X amount of dollars. She didn't even know what the rate was. Didn't even think about it. The payment worked. She bought the house. She sold it for like literally like 7 times more than she bought it, or 4 times more than she bought it.
Bought it
Made
for 285 and sold it for
Yeah,
908.
yeah, you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So it was a nice post. It was a good post.
It was a
and it made
great
sense.
post. Yeah.
And she's like, I didn't even know what the rate was, and she made $700,000, and then bought and blah 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 blah. And this way of taking action led her to now she owns, I don't know, 15, 20 investment properties or whatever it was.
Yeah.
So those two posts kind of led me to my hot take, and I do believe that action beats analysis. Action is everything. Take action, whatever it is.
Couldn't agree more. And it's especially, I'm somebody who gets caught up in the paralysis by analysis, right? I overanalyze every single thing about my life, as opposed to just do it. Put your head down and do it. The worst, I mean, in most situations, worst case scenario is you mess something up that can easily be fixed and you learn from it so that the next time you do it, it's not as bad, or in a situation where, we have to deliver bad news to a client, right? If we have to deliver bad news and we've all been there where it's like, I really don't feel like doing this. I don't want to make this call. I don't want to make this call. And it ruins part of your day until you're like, I just have to do it. Right. And then usually that's early in your career. And then you get to a point where it's like, do it, rip the Band-Aid off. As soon as you find out, they deserve to find out. And then you've gotten it over with. Right. And most of the times it's not as bad as you think it's going to be. Right.
Well, yeah.
So.
And that whole delivering bad news is part of the job. And the longer you wait, the worse it gets. And then you sit there, and it's just the same as analyzing anything. You sit there and you run through all the possible scenarios. They're going to yell at me. They're going to be upset. They're going to cry. They're going to get out of the contract. The deal's going to be dead or whatever. And you go through all this stuff, and then you call and you realize it's never any of those things. People appreciate and need to know. So yeah, it's just like just jump on it. And you're right. That comes with experience, and we're both at the point where it's just like the getting the positivity of getting it out of the way. It just beats any other scenario that you could possibly have.